Good morning, students. Today we are going to start with the new content of grammar which is already familiar to you, that is active and passive voice. Active and passive voice we learned last year also. This is the type of basic grammar which you had already learned till 10th standard, and now one more time we are going to revise this. Most of the time the question it is asked in the board examination on based on active and passive voice. So let's begin. In today's lecture we are going to discuss following things. We are going to discuss about the voices, then what is the difference between the active voice from the passive voice. Then we are going to look how to convert an active voice sentence to passive voice sentence, and vice versa, means how to convert a passive voice sentence to an active voice sentence. When a sentence is written, it can either be written in active voice or in passive voice. Active voice is used when the subject performs the action stated by the verb. For example, Tom changed the flat tire. And passive voice is used when the subject is acted upon by the verb. Example, same example we are going to take which we have taken for the active voice. So in active voice the example was Tom changed the flat tire. Passive voice, now our subject is going to become object and object is going to become subject. So the tire was changed by Tom. In most cases, writing sentences in passive voice is discouraged because it can obscure the subject of the sentence and confuse the reader. It also creates a awkward sentence structure. Once you learn how to change passive voice to active voice, so it's one less things you shall have to edit. Now what are the voices of verb? So in traditional grammar, voices of verb is defined as the quality of verb that indicates whether its subject acts or is acted upon. Means the subject performs the action or the subject is acted upon by the verb. So it has two types, active voice and the passive voice. What is an active voice? Every sentence contains at minimum a subject and an action. The subject is the person or thing the sentence is about, and the action is what the subject is doing. When a sentence is in active voice, the subject is performing the action and the subject comes before the action in the sentence. So here you can see Marilyn mailed the letter. So in this subject, in this sentence, Marilyn is the subject, mail is the verb, and the letter is an object. So the active voice is the normal voice. This is the voice that we use most of the time, and in the active voice the object receives the action of the verb. So here the letter is the object and it receives an action of subject and the verb is mail. So in active voice, subject is directly acting on the object. Example, the dog jumped onto the boy. Here the dog is subject, is jumped is verb, onto the boy is an object. Christy will give a book report to the class. Christy is the subject. Will give a book is the verb. To the class is an object. So here, student, you must have understood the sentence construction for an active voice. The sentence construction for an active voice is subject plus verb plus object. Now we are going to talk about how to convert active voice into passive voice. Okay, so here we are going to talk about the rules or the steps how to convert the active voice into the passive voice. First step is that move the active sentence direct object into the sentence subject slot. Means what? Our object is going to be subject and subject is going to be object. Marilyn mailed the letter. In this sentence, Marilyn is the subject, mail is verb, the letter is object. And in passive, our object is going to be subject, means here in active voice the letter is object, in passive voice this letter is going to be our subject. So simply exchange the places of the subject and object. The subject should become the object and vice versa while changing a sentence from active to passive voice or reverse. Second step, place the active sentence subject into a phrase beginning with the preposition by. Always we have to use by in passive voice. So this by we have to put before object. Marilyn mailed the letter. Here the subject is Marilyn, mailed verb, the letter is object. Now our object become our subject. So in passive voice the letter it will come first and then we have to use some modal auxiliary verb, then past participle of the verb, and then by preposition we are going to use before the object. Last step is add a form of the auxiliary verb to be to the main verb of change the main verb's form. We have to use modal auxiliary before our object. So now Marilyn, which was subject in active voice, it will become our object, and the letter which was our object in active voice, it will become our subject in passive. So here student, you can see the letter, it was our object here, Marilyn it was our subject. Now this subject is going to be our object and our object is going to be our subject here. So this is our subject in passive voice and this is our object in passive voice. So the letter and this was mailed, it is to be's verb, to be's form we have used in passive voice. Now here the simple past tense is used in the sentence, so that's why we have taken was modal auxiliary and mailed, which is past participle of mail. Mail, mailed, mailed. Mail, that is the main verb. Mailed, that is past tense. Mailed is also the past tense of mail, so that's why we have used mailed. By preposition we have to use and Marilyn, which was our subject, now it becomes our object in passive voice. Okay, so is it clear? Okay, I hope you must have understood how to convert the active voice into the passive voice. Okay, so one more time let me repeat all the steps when you are going to convert the active voice into the passive voice. In order to change passive voice, sorry, so when you are going to change the active voice to the passive voice, so first step is simply exchange the places of the subject and the object. Object is going to be subject, subject is going to be object. Then always blindly convert the main verb into the past participle. Always we are going to use the past participle form of the verb when we convert the sentence from active to passive. To remind you what the third form of a verb, you have to learn the three forms of the verb. Then use the word by, which is preposition before the subject in the passive voice. For example, my mother sang a song. A song was sung by my mother. Change of tense of the auxiliary verb. Now when you change the verb form of the main verb, the tense of the auxiliary also change accordingly. So for this I had given you chart in the 11th standard. Same chart you can refer. Okay, so when you convert the sentence from present tense, so suppose if the sentence is like sun rises from the east, so in passive voice it will become east is where the sun rises from. In the past, she walked my dog home. My dog was walked home by her. So it depends on your tense. So for the tense last year, same chart you can refer. Okay. Okay, now sometimes what is going to happen, sometimes you may completely omit the subject from the passive voice if the idea you are trying to convey is clear. You just have to take a judgment call for that. For example, distance is measured in kilometers, so that time no need to use subject. So kilometers is a measurement unit for distance, so no need to write preposition, no need to write subject. So it's depend on the sentence. Okay, so now we'll move to the next, what is passive voice. Okay, so when a sentence is in passive voice, the subject is being acted on by the verb and the subject typically comes after the action. For example, the letter was mailed by Marilyn. So here you can see that the letter, which is subject, verb is mailed, was mailed is the verb, object is Marilyn. Okay, so the passive voice is less usual. Most of the time the active voice only it is used in the sentences. In the passive voice, the subject receives the action of the verb. We use a passive voice when we want to make the active object more important. Okay, now how to recognize the passive voice? Sometimes a sentence in passive voice doesn't necessarily sound wrong. However, it's still best to write in active voice whenever possible. In order to recognize that a sentence is in passive voice, some keywords are there. Okay, so keywords are like a, are, be, being, by, has been, have been, is, was, were, will be. Suppose if these words are there, so you can recognize the given sentence it is in passive voice, and very less time it is asked to convert the passive voice into active, but you should know, and that's why we are going to learn how to convert the passive voice to the active voice. Okay, see here some examples are given. The boy was jumped on by the dog. Boy is subject, was being jumped on is the verb, by the dog is the object. Okay, now see, in order to change passive voice to active voice, you need to recognize what the sentence of this, what is the subject of the sentence is, and then rewrite the sentence so the subject is performing the action. Okay, we can recognize that this sentence is in passive voice because the passive keywords are always used. Okay, so here, okay, how you are going to recognize this is the passive voice, because as I told you that here the keyword is used was, here will be is the keyword. Okay, and that's why I have recognized this is the passive voice. Now let's begin how to convert the passive to active. First step is that move the passive sentence's subject onto the active sentence directly, object the slot. Now here the sentence is, the letter was mailed by Marilyn. The letter is subject. Okay, the letter is subject, was mailed is verb, by is preposition, and Marilyn is object. Okay, so now the subject is going to become object in active voice, so vice versa we do, and object is going to become our subject. Next step, remove the auxiliary verb be from main verb and change main verb form if needed. Okay, so here be means modal auxiliaries be's form we have to remove. This is the modal auxiliaries form, was, were, will be, shall be. Okay, then are, am, is, all these are the to be's form, so we have to remove this, we have to cancel this to be's form when we convert the passive into the active. We are not going to use the to be's form in the active voice. Next, place the passive sentence object of the preposition by into the subject slot. Okay, so again we are not going to use this by. We don't have to use by in the active voice, only in passive voice we use this by. So we have to remove this by as well when we convert the sentence from passive to active. Okay, okay. Okay, so let me revise the steps. First step, identify the subject of sentence who is doing an action. The training is not doing an action, so it can't be the subject. The only person or thing doing an action here is the maintenance staff. There are attending training. Okay, so let me give you example for this. This is the little big sentence. Extensive training on the new safety procedures was required to be attended by the maintenance staff. So I'm talking about this sentence. In this sentence, the training is not doing an action, so it can't be the subject. The only person or thing doing an action here is the maintenance staff. So they are attending training, so the maintenance staff is the subject of the sentence. You can write the sentence also. Okay, and second step which we have done, that is rewrite the sentence. So the subject is performing the action. This sentence could be rewritten to active voice as follows. The maintenance staff had to attain extensive training on the new safety procedure. Okay, this sentence, it is not front of you, so just forget it. We will talk about this sentence only. The letter was mailed by Marilyn, so our object is going to become subject, subject is going to become object. We are going to remove the to be's form which we have used in passive voice. Then by preposition also we are going to remove, and our final answer will be Marilyn mailed the letter. This is the conversion of passive to active. Subject becomes object, object becomes subject, and here is the verb. We have removed preposition, to be's form, everything. Okay, so here is the chart when you are going to convert the active into the passive voice. How you are going to convert the simple present for the passive, how the simple past, simple future, like that, continuous also, present continuous, past continuous, future continuous, conditional continuous. So this chart is very useful to you. Simple present tense, for this construction you are going to use subject, verb and object. For simple past, for simple future. Okay, same for the present continuous, being we have to used. So already this chart I had given you last year, so you can refer the same chart. I hope you have understood how to convert the active into the passive voice. Is there any problem? You can ask me when the live session is there tomorrow. Either you can drop your queries in comment boxes. So student, one more content we are going to continue in this session, which is the degree of comparison. This is also the basic grammar which you must have learned till 10th standard. So one more time we'll revise. In this session we are going to talk about the degree of comparison, kinds of degrees. You know that there are the three main degrees: positive degree, comparative degree and superlative degree. We are talking about more degrees like the degree of equality, degree of inequality, progressive degree and the parallel degree, and there are some questions for you. Okay, so let's begin. So what is the degree of comparison? The degree of comparison it is used to describe, quantify, modify or identify noun, pronouns, adjective. Adjectives have their own degrees called degrees of adjective or degree of comparison that compare one thing or person to another. Okay, so as I told you, there are the three degrees of comparison: positive degree, comparative degree, superlative degree. In positive degree there are more two types, that is degree of equality, degree of inequality. In comparative there are also two types: progressive degree, parallel degree. And In superlative degree, you don't have any subtypes. Okay, so let's begin with positive degree. So positive degree is a term that relates to adjective and adverb. An adjective or adverb that does not make a comparison is said to be in the positive degree. In other words, the positive degree is the normal form of an adjective or adverb. Okay, so here you can see the sentence: John is a man, Eiffel Tower is a tall man-made structure. So positive degree means the simple sentence where the comparison is not done. Okay, now let's talk about the degree of equality. Okay, so degree of equality, this comparison is used to compare two persons, animals or things, to tell us that they are equal or having the same quality. Okay, so here the two persons you can see in this sentence where the comparison is made: John and James. John is as strong as James. Strong is adjective in positive form showing the equality. So in this comparison is used to compare the two persons and their quality. So here the quality it is used. So more examples you can take, like the brown cat is as beautiful as the grey cat. So here the both cats are the same and the comparison is made by using the word beautiful. Okay, next is degree of inequality. This comparison is used to compare two person, animals or things to tell us that they are not equal, because we are using not word in this degree, not having the same quality. Okay, so the brown cat is not so beautiful as the black and white cat. So word beautiful is an adjective in the positive form and with the conjunction so as, and the negative not is express the degree of inequality. Here also you can see this example: Peter is not as so fast as Paul. So not we have used, to show inequality, and fast is an adjective. Peter and Paul both are the persons. So here degree of inequality we use to compare, but two persons, it is used to compare two person, animals or the things, to tell that they are not equal or they are not same. Next is the comparative degree. Two people, things or place are being compared with one adjective and adverb or adverb to show that one has more quality or quantity of the adjective or adverbs than the other. Here the one is greater than the another one. The adjective or adverb takes are or er to its positive form. The conjunction than is always used to connect the two clauses. The horse can run faster than a dog. A horse can run faster, so faster is an adjective, er is used, than is used, okay. So here you can see the er is used, than is used to show the comparison between the dog and the horse. So here the one is greater than the another one. Horse can run faster than a dog means horse is more powerful than a dog. So there are the subtypes in comparative degree, like the progressive degree and parallel degree. Progressive degree. This comparison is used to show that the quality of a thing, adjective or adverb talked about in the given sentence increases as the time passes. For example, two adjective or the adverbs are being compared to show that one continues to increase or decrease when the other increases or decreases. The steeper the hill, the more difficult it is to push the rock. Okay, so if one more example we can take, that here we can take the temperature of each day. So Monday if the temperature is 25, Tuesday the temperature is 27, Wednesday 30, Thursday 33. So it means what? It's getting hotter and hotter day by day. So this is the progressive degree, where you can see the progress of adjective word or the adverb verb. Okay, so next is parallel degree. This comparison is used to show that the qualities of two items, here the two items are adjective or adverbs, talked about in the given sentence go parallel. That is, one quality increases, the other quality increases, and if the one quality decreases, so other quality also decreases. Okay, so days are getting hotter and hotter. The bigger the box, the heavier it is. It is getting hotter and hotter day by day. So here the adjective or the adverb in its comparative form is repeated using the conjunction and. So this is the main thing, always the and is used in parallel degree. And last one is the superlative degree. Comparing one noun or person, thing with several others of its kind to show that this particular noun has the highest degree of the quality or quantity of the adjective or adverb being used to compare. The adjective or adverb takes the superlative form ending with st, est. So fast, faster, fastest. Like this. Hot, hotter, hottest. With the defined article the before it. The preposition of is used when the comparison is among items, and in it is used to specify the place, position or area. Susan is the most intelligent girl in the class. So here the one person is only the greater among all. So this comparison is used to compare one person, it can be animal or thing, with more than two persons, animals or things, the rest of the group of more than two, and to say that the particular one has the highest degree of that particular quality. The adjective is used in superlative degree. Like the brave, braver, the bravest, large, larger, the largest, wise, 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 wiser, the wisest. Example, the elephant is the largest of all land animals. The giraffe is the tallest of all animals. Means giraffe is the tallest from among all the animals. So here is the exercise for you. You have to find the answers. Options are available. Just think what can be the answer. Okay, these sentences you have to write in your notebook and you are going to tell me the answers afterwards. Here are some more examples. Okay students, so today we are going to stop here. Today we have learned about active and passive voice as well as degree of comparison. So active and passive voice already you have written in your notebook, so you can copy that from your 11th standard books. Same notes you can copy, there is no issue, but degree of comparison we are learning first time. So here whatever the notes are given here, same you have to copy in your notebook, as well as examples also you have to copy. Thank you. Have a nice day.